was yesterday afternoon. I took a lazy day and decided that I just wouldn't do much. Everybody needs one of those days every once in a while. And so I was walking through the living room, and for some reason there was a show on the television, and it was Footloose. Kevin. Yeah, it's just funny to even say it, isn't it? So Kevin Bacon is on there, and he's trying to convince this whole city to let the, teenagers dance or whatever. And so I sat down and started watching. And there was a scene in that movie that the girl, the daughter of the preacher, comes in and she's watching her dad prepare for this sermon. You've seen that part, right? Everybody's seen Footloose. And so he's acting out and he's saying the words to God and trying to, put everything in the right order so when all of those people get there and they're sitting in front of him, that he is able to do something that's great. And you watch that girl as she sits about halfway up the church and she's looking at him, and she says the words, "Dad, it's just all a performance, isn't it? It's just all a performance." And he kind of gives a puzzled look, and replies. But as we were worshiping this morning, I thought, I'm glad that I have a church family, a place that I can go on a Sunday morning where it's not a performance. It's not all so prepared out and everything's in order, but it's one of those things that the people on the stage or the people that are sitting next to you are not here to try to impress you or to try to do something to perform in such a way so that you'll serve God. We're here today just because we love Him. That's it. And you might like me. Or maybe you don't like me. I don't know. Maybe you think I should have longer hair. Or maybe I should wear a suit, Jennifer. I don't know if that's what you think or not. Not that Jennifer thinks I should wear a suit. I'm just saying some people think I should. I don't know. But I'll tell you this much. We're just who we are. And if you like it, you like it. And we can get along. And if you don't, that's okay too. There's a lot of wonderful people in this world, and there's a lot of wonderful churches as well. But really what it boils down to is that when we sing, "Isn't He amazing? He's so amazing," we just mean that. And we want so bad for all of you just to be a part of this church family. And when we say family, we really mean family. And family means that we can laugh together, that we can cry together, that we can look you right in the eye and say, "Man, I don't like it when you do that." And you can look us right back and say, "Well, I don't like it when you tell me you don't like it." And it's okay because we're family and we get along. Because families fight occasionally and families disagree. But what I love about family is no matter what happens, it always comes back around that we make up. It always comes back to the point to where we can look each other in the eyes and we can say, "I love you no matter what." It's because you're part of me and I'm part of you. And so I just want you to know before we go into this Thanksgiving service, as we start to talk and tell each other what we're so thankful for, I just want to tell you this morning that I'm thankful for a family like you. That no matter what, I can call upon you day or night. I really do. I feel like I can ask you for anything, and that you will move heaven and earth to make sure that you get it done. And that goes a long ways. It's called loyalty. Loyalty not only to your pastors, but also loyalty to God. And I want to thank you for that this morning. This isn't a show. This is the real deal. This is what we call life. And thanks for spending that time with us. We're gonna do something, and I say this every year. I need to come up with a new spiel. My favorite service all year long is this service, and the reason why is because it's an opportunity for you, if you want to. If you don't want to, just don't make eye contact with anybody, and you'll be fine. But it's a time for you to be able to express how much that you, one, love God, how that you're thankful for what He's done, good or bad, in your life over the past year, how thankful you are for maybe your family members, or whatever it is on your heart that you want to say. You have an opportunity in this service for a few moments at a time to be able to stand, to speak into a microphone, and to be able to share with the people in this room today why you're so thankful this year. And let me just encourage you. You say, well, that's just not really what I do. I'm not real comfortable in doing that. And that's okay. Remember, you're just around family this morning. And it doesn't matter if you say the words correctly or if it comes out so elegant. We're not looking for that today. Today, what we're looking for is for you to speak what God's given you, and then for it just to inspire those people that are around you. I cannot tell you how many times I've said in the service, and I've listened to story of people that I didn't know the story. I didn't realize that they had went through something or that something was going on in their life. And as they began to share those stories, you can just listen or watch people as they listen, and it just starts moving their hearts to serve God more. And that's really what this service is about today. And so I've asked a couple guys, Daniel and Evan, they both have microphones on both sides of the room. And I just want to start it off today. If there's anybody that would like just to tell God, to tell these people in this room how thankful they are for whatever, there's going to be time to do that this morning. So is there anybody that wants to start?
We've really gone through a lot. And, we've lost 2 cars. And one of them was given to us by a member of my church family, my family. We've been helped financially. We've been helped when we really needed prayer. An encouraging word when I really, really needed it. I found healing here for old wounds, and it's something that I've never had before. I'm so thankful that we have this kind of support and this kind of love outpoured every day. It's amazing, absolutely amazing how great you guys are. I love you all very, very much.
We give thanks to God because this church I've been going to for about a year, and I don't get to come all the time or very often. But I used to ask God to give me this and give me that, but instead I've changed my prayers to thank you for this and thank you for that. And just last week I landed a welding job that's going to pay $14 an hour. And I've been almost jobless doing just roofing jobs, odd and end jobs here for the past year. So next week I get to start my new job. And it's a thank you prayer instead of a want prayer.
It's great, Dan.
I'm very thankful that God has come into my life in the past couple of months. He has changed me. He brought me to this church. He has changed my family. I'm just so thankful for him to change the way I was living before, the rage, the bitterness, all the things that came with that is removed from my heart. So I give the glory to God. I'm so thankful for our relationship with Him.
My eyes have been watering all morning. I think because I've been out of Oklahoma so long with allergies, I think that's it. Or maybe it's just I'm so glad to be back and see everybody, and I missed you so much. And I'm just so thankful for this church. You have no idea how much I missed it. I've been gone 7 months. And, you guys are just so wonderful. It's just such a beautiful sight to see again. This building. I don't know. I'm just so thankful for my family and new friends. And I don't know. There's a lot that needs to be done in my life. And the Lord has just been so working with me lately. In ways I didn't want or expect. And yet, there they were. So I'm grateful. But I just feel like I've grown a lot, even though I haven't been going to church in Houston. It's pretty hard to get to, sort of. But glad to be here now. And I don't know. I'm just so thankful for everybody and everything I have. And there's a lot we don't have, but there's a lot we don't need. It's just, you just need to, the only thing you need to do is just get as close to the Lord as you can, and He'll take care of the rest. God bless you.
I'm thankful that I've been coming to this church. Ever since I've came here, I've gotten closer to God. I've prayed that me and my family will, and my parents, they've decided to start going back to church soon, so I'm thankful for that.
I'm thankful to be here too, Pastor Chad. We're fairly new here, but I just want to thank the church for having us, and I'm here with my family, my wife, daughter and son, and future daughter-in-law, and our grandsons. They're in the nursery now. This is the first Sunday they've actually stayed in there. So
That's great.
there you go. Yeah, they're doing great. So I'm thankful for them too. They're both 2 years old, and they just been a blessing. But like I said, we've been lukewarm and back and forth a lot of churches and places, but I feel more at home here. I feel really welcome, and so I really appreciate that. That does go a long way. But thanks again.
All right. I want to thank Daniel and Abra for letting us do the internship thing, and Papa John for teaching us. I know that all of us have grown a lot in the past couple months that we've done it, and just thank you.
I'm going to try to do this without crying. I'm a big crybaby. I'm so thankful for God's grace. He has kept me and brought me through so much. In March, they diagnosed me with type 2 diabetes. My blood sugar was coming back at a 378 and higher. I lost my dad to diabetes, so it hit home. It hit home in such a way that I told my wife and my family, I'm not having this. I refuse to leave this earth with diabetes. Since then, I put myself and my doctor put me on a manageable diet. I've lost over 100 pounds since March. 2 months ago, I was retested for diabetes, and it's gone. He says, you have no signs of diabetes whatsoever. So thank you, God. Thank you. I'm backing up in my life. Back in 2000, they diagnosed me with rheumatoid arthritis, ankylosing spondylosis arthritis, and one other one that you can't even pronounce. And it wound up disabling me. They told me that I would be crippled. I would be in a wheelchair. Here it is 13 years later. The only thing that's happened to me is my wrist, both of my wrists have fused. And I'm limited, but I'm still here. I have a purpose. I am so thankful God has given me years upon years. And probably what I'm more thankful for than anything, God is restoring my family. I have some children. Raise up a child in the way they should go, and when they're old, they'll not depart. Cling to it. Parents, cling to that. For a lot of years, we didn't see it. We saw them going further and further and further. I'm slowly getting my children back into church. My son called last night. My son is not a churchgoer. My son called his mama last night. Mama, what time is church in the morning? No, it was. We normally go to another church on Saturday, and we go on Saturday so we can come here on Sunday. We live here. Y'all have welcomed us. We've been here little tiny days. Y'all have welcomed us, loved us, accepted us. And my family's coming back to the Lord. I'm seeing it now. And I don't know if it was through me getting sick or what, but it doesn't matter. I am so thankful for God's grace. He has kept me, He sustains me, and He will continue to keep me together. And I love this church. You guys are real. Every one of you seem to be really real. You don't walk through the door and put on a different coat of many colors. I've seen some of you in town, and you act the same way in town as you do in church. And I love that about people. I love that about people. We moved down here in January of this year. We moved down here in January from the big city. I don't know how anybody lives in the city anymore. I do not know how anybody lives in Oklahoma City anymore. We've been married 27 years, have 4 biological children, and we have 2 adopted children. They're both 6. We had their 6-year-old party yesterday. They're not twins, by the way. They're 10 months apart. They keep us going. They flat out keep you going. And I heard the lady talk about the doghouse. Oh, man. My little Mia. That girl's got God's heart. She may be ornery as all fire. She got it from me. Mama said I was pretty fired up. But anyhow, we just thank God for the doghouse. They love to come to church. They love to sing and worship God. I love to sing and worship God. He's given me so much. Thank you.
I told my husband it's that weekend, isn't it? I won't have to say anything this time, will I? And of course I do. But I'm thankful for so many things, especially for my family. It's hard not to cry, but I'm really thankful for having a husband. Bradley has been a great character and perseverance. He must have great perseverance to put up with me all these years. But what he said, you really see, I've seen the character in my son. And I'm thankful for this church and supporting every one of us and what God has called us to do. And I'm thankful for the dig and everything it's offered my son. And I'm just thankful for even in the times when it's been difficult for us to stand in ministry in other areas where you've seen and encouraged and strengthened us. I'm thankful for the friendships we've made here. I'm thankful for the women and getting to know you and you shared your lives with me and just seeing God through all the people here and just growing in love for all of you. And as we were singing that song earlier about God being amazing, I'm just thankful that I was just hearing God say, just if you can just take your eyes off yourself and you're not being good enough to me being good enough. That he feels in all those places where I'm not good enough. And it is amazing that we are good enough. And we can, you guys are just such blessings in my life. And God shines through every one of you.
I'm thankful that you guys helped me the first time I walked through those doors. You guys, I was shy, I was scared. Daniel talked to me. I've met most of you youth. I was happy that you guys would talk to me. I've talked to a couple of adults. First time I walked through those doors, there was a big group, and I was scared. I was worried. I thought someone was going to judge me, but I learned that I may be new here, but you guys seem like a family to me because you guys helped me. If it wasn't for you and God, I'm thankful that God, he gave me a purpose to live. A year ago, I would have taken my own life. God, I would have not. He taught me when I was locked up. He taught me that I have a purpose in life. He gave me a talent to use instead of being worthless. And I thank you for giving me the courage to go out there and express my talent.
I've been here since day one. I was terrified when my dad told me that we were going to start our own church. And I just want to say that I'm thankful for Daniel and Albert because they've taken me under their wing, and they're such amazing youth pastors. They're not afraid to tell you when you're on the wrong path and get you right back there. And they're just phenomenal people, and I'm thankful for all of you guys who have been like second parents to me and just always like to joke with me and mess around with me. And I'm thankful for my church family. I'm thankful for all you guys.
God is so good, isn't he? I'm thankful for this family here. I'm thankful for the women. The women here are so amazing. They reach out to you when you really don't feel like you have anybody. And I've been there a lot in the last year. And it's those little phone calls. Hey, how you doing? It's those little reminders. It's the scriptures. And we all have them in our lives. We just need to see them and be thankful for them. And the dig. Oh my gosh, the dig. How amazing. For a child who didn't want to go to church. She didn't want to go anymore. To where every week. Can't wait. She can't wait to go. And I tell my friends, does she always make the best choices? No. But I see the dig shining in her. I see the little things. She's hearing it. She's getting it. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you. Because he is faithful. And he's using every one of you to bring all of us closer together and closer to him. So thank you.
I have to say I'm very thankful for everyone here. They've been great friends to us when there's been times that we've needed it. I have to say I'm thankful that God has allowed my dad to be still around. He's had cancer, and he's doing amazing. I'm so fortunate for that. I'm thankful for my family, my parents, and my daughter, who, by the way, is an amazing singer. I'm so grateful to have her in my life. Thank you.
Well, I'm thankful just to be here, and I've really enjoyed listening to all y'all's testimonies the way I look at it. I don't think we're just being thankful. I think it's a testimony. We went through a lot the last few weeks. We talk about being a crybaby. I am one myself, okay? We had a daycare burn down, and it was a total loss. And, I'm one of these guys that kind of steal these little bits of things. Brian Lee always, when he comes in, ask him how you doing, he always says, better than I deserve. So when I'm not around church, I use that all the time. I don't want to steal this deal here at church, so I use it all the time. But, truly, I get more than I deserve, We burnt down on a Friday night. At 10:30, we got the call. There was a couple of church members there fighting the fire. I don't think I'd been able to handle it without them being there. I said it could be okay. Just some years of work, don't smoke. But the church family offered us the church that we used for a while, and we burned out on Friday night, and at Monday at 3 o'clock, we had inspections were okay to open back up. We actually took kids in at 8 o'clock that morning, some of the ones that didn't have any place else to go. But we were able to open up at 3 o'clock through the grace of God. That 40 kids were misplaced somehow, didn't have any place to go. Parents been able to go to a job because they had to stay with their kids or whatever. But we were able to do that, And we went through a big cleanup deal with it and everything, and going back to these little sayings and stuff, I always preached to my kids for years, and now my grandkids like that, God's not going to put on us any more than we can handle. And we were going through this, and I was complaining. And I had one of my granddaughters come up and say, Audrey, God's not going to put any more on us than what we can handle. and I truly believe that. You know, I probably continued to complain after that, but it was such an uplifting thing. That something I had said to them over the years came back to me, you know. And God works that way. I think God doesn't put anything on us that we can't handle. And if we'll always turn to God instead of turning to the problem and saying, we can't get by this illness, whatever it is. There's always a bright side to everything. I mean, there's always something, you know, that illness that you're going through, you might not think, you know, why is God putting this on you? That it might be to lift somebody else up, make somebody else stronger. I see people in this church that every day, Bill sits over here and comes in every day, and I get to, we have a love for horses together. And so we get to visit back and forth, but I have a really bad back, and I complain a lot. But I see him, and his demeanor and his smile just lifts me up to know and I'm thinking that, you know, he's going through what he's going through, that he's here at church, and he's smiling. And why should I complain about just hurting a little bit, you know? It's things like that that keeps me going and keeps me knowing that there is a God and that everything has a meaning, a purpose. And I just love God, and I love all of y'all, and I really think this family is growing at a pace that's unbelievable. And I think we're growing in Christ at a pace that is unbelievable.
We've been here about 5 years now, and man, I'm thankful for so many things. Big thing, the band, you know, working with them for as long as we've been working together and coming up here and messing with the sound system every Sunday. And
it was good today, though.
It worked today.
Yeah.
And just worshiping together is the biggest thing. Yes, we screw up and know we're not perfect, but we work together with a good attitude. And I'll be honest, I come a little bit 8:45 in the mornings early on Sunday to me, and I might come in just a smidge cranky. But man, by the end of the time us practicing together and worshiping, that's over with. I mean, I don't even remember being cranky. I'm so happy to be here. The dig and the doghouse. I mean, I help in the dig on Wednesday nights, so I'm not over here a lot anymore. Man, that is such a blessing. I think all these things in our church, I mean, the band, Sunday morning, the dig, the doghouse, the little activities we have together as a church family, they're all a whole bunch of little seeds that we're planting. Pooh's Corner, my kids go to daycare. It's almost like I was able to stay home with them, for them to be able to come here. Such a blessing for my kids to be at church all week. So I'm so sorry that Pooh's Corner burned to where it was at, but wow, I'm so glad that it's here now. And that's from a parent and a church member. So all the little seeds that we're as a church family able to plant, and God sometimes throws us some strange curveballs where he wants us to plant them, like the Pooh's Corner being here now. But man, wherever he wants us to plant our seeds as a church, let's do it with everything that we got, because that's what God's going to bless. So,
And try not to cry. I'm going to cry like my dad here in a minute. I'm just very thankful for everything, for everybody and their support with the Pooh's Corner thing and all that. I know that's been brought up. And I am thankful because I would have been out without a job had we not had that to help support my family. So I am thankful that we're here in the church. We've had a rough year, too. We've had a lot of sickness in our family. I've been diagnosed with several different autoimmune diseases and different things. Taking chemo now. They said it would make me really sick. I'd probably lose hair. I have not. I've done really, really well with it. Ashley's had one heart surgery already this year. She's facing another one on December 4th. But we were told last week that there's a possibility that the diagnosis has not been accurate with that it might just be low blood pressure that she's been dealing with. And so we're trying some different things, and I am praying, and I have complete faith that God has given us this new diagnosis for her to not go through the heart surgery again on December 4th, that we're going to be able to cancel that. She has to stay awake for the surgery. It's no sedation. It's very painful. She knows what she's going to have to go through. and her anxiety is very high with it because she has done it before and it was unsuccessful. If it's not successful this time, we're not sure what the next step's going to be with that, with the way that her heart is her high heart rate. So I just think that God has given us this student diagnosis that we're able to have healing with her, that it's just going to be a change of diet and possibly a medication, but it's not going to be a big deal, that we're going to have healing in Ashley's body, and I'm very, very thankful for all your prayers. I've got text messages, Facebook messages all the time from all you guys asking how she's doing and stuff, and we really appreciate that.
I want to thank you for coming today and being a part of this service. And maybe you didn't get an opportunity to stand up and say anything. Maybe, like I said, maybe that's just not your demeanor. But you can you can continue to share those stories with your family, with your friends on Facebook. And you have. I've seen those pages over and over every day that you post something that you're thankful for, and those things are meaningful to all of us. I think it boils down to this. We love God more than anything, and we know that we can't do anything without Him. Sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we take a step back from that. Sometimes it's hard to see where God's at in the middle of all of it. But He truly, truly loves us more than anything. So no matter what's happened this year, whether it's been a wonderful year and you got a new job and things are turning around, or if you've been diagnosed with something, or you've been in the hospital, or something tragic's taken place in your family, we get to go through that together. All of us. When you laugh, I laugh with you. God rejoices with you. And when you cry, it makes God's heart break as well. And so, as a church family, we need each other more than anything. And so, let's continue that on together, being thankful together and holding each other up. For each of you that have mentioned today that you were sick or you were going through something that was rough or tragic, we're praying for you. Shan, we're praying for you. And Ashley, we're praying for you as well. Rhonda, we pray for you every day because of the situations that you've went through this year with the things that you've went through. Alicia, I pray for your dad every day that things will turn around and that tumor will decrease in size and that healing will take place in his life. I pray for you every day that God will move in your life. And so do so many other people in this room. You are not alone. Did you hear that? You might feel alone at times. You might feel like nobody cares. But I'm telling you, if you feel that way, don't feel that way anymore. Pick up the phone and call. Let somebody know. Because the moment we know that you are in need, we will be there. God will be there for you. So let's be thankful for what He's provided for us, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Let's pray together.